Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. You just need something new in your life every once in a while.
And it's still going. I thought that record was gonna last forever. Most folks just don't seem to have a taste for testicles no more.
Testicle?
So that's what I'm dealing with today. So, you may or may not know, my Dolphins lost to the Chiefs. And I'll be danged if Amazon ain't quick to get me a shirt. So props to Amazon out there. Wow. I mean, with all this winter stuff going on, you guys found a way to make sure you got this to me real quick. This is Tuesday night. This will release Wednesday. Man, for those that don't know, Whiskey Basket, Mike lives in that area. We had a wager on the Kansas City Chiefs game. I lost. He got a nice pour of Old Fitzgerald 10 headed his way, and I threw something else in there just for fun, for slits and giggles. And I got this cool shirt in on my own dime. Was this red and gold till I'm dead and cold. So repping the Chief stuff today, which puts me in an interesting coinky dink right about now. So these two teams, the last two teams that my team played and lost to, and I had to wear shirts for and give away good stuff for, are playing each other this weekend. So somebody's going to lose. So this is great. So looking forward to that. Now, seriously though, I'm not a hater. I hope these teams play well. I hope it's a good game. There's only a couple. There's only one really good playoff game that I can think of, and that was the Lions game. The rest of them were just kind of like, eh. You know, a lot of times after halftime, except for my own team, I was turning them off because I'm like, you see the direction of this, and I just live in fantasy world, and I hope my team will come back. But the rest of them was pretty rough on. But today we got something new. You know, this is something that's very, very interesting. Like I said, I need to try something new. This is a ported pumpernickel rye. And this is from Middle West Spirit. I love a cool container like this. You know, Tater Factor goes off, cool bottle, cool container. So this will be something nice that I've never had the opportunity to try. It's a 5 year. It's 5 years old. It's double barrel matured, French tawny port cask, American white barrel cask, white oak cask. So this will be nice. So it's got some different type of notes to it. Looking forward to that. Love the ribbon on there. You know, it says proudly from Middle West. Proudly from Middle West. So I like that. So this will be interesting. This is batch number 3. Not super duper heavy and proof there. I'm trying to read there. My eyes aren't going too well today. But it's less than 100 proof. So looking forward to that. But I just think that I needed something different, you know. So rye whiskey, French tawny port barrel cask, pumpernickel. I just needed something different. I mean, I'm tired of my team losing, and I've got two people whose palates I trust that said, "This is something interesting. This is something you need to try." And so when I've got Terrence saying you need to try this out, when I've got Harry saying you need to try this out. Now they didn't give me notes, which I absolutely appreciate. They said it's interesting, it's neat, it's something different. We're all going through a huge cold front going through here, people up in the north right now. I am definitely keeping some prayers up for you. I know as southerners down here, it's going to hit like 15 degrees, and we're not going to know how to act. So pray for us too, please. It's just something about when this cold weather hits this area, we all lose our minds, especially driving. So interesting thought on that. That'll be interesting and a lot of fun. I also know that there is uh, somebody else that's in the whiskey world or whiskey YouTube world that is actually looking for this bottle right now because I think it's intrigued a lot of people. It's got beautiful dark colors, which I really like right off the bat. I'm sure it's some of that tawny barrel that's in there that's giving it, because it's got a nice kind of a reddish, deep orange reddish hue to it. It definitely has some nice viscosity on it. Let's see how these legs form on there. So they're actually long and thin, and they're streaming down. So it's not like super slow and just clinging to the sides coming down, but you start seeing the legs form, but they're closer together. So that means, it's got some oils, but it's not as thick as and maybe as viscous as some others. Man, but that nose. It's almost like a rye candy. So you get some of the nice rye pop spice, but it's just so sweet. And I'm sure that has to do with that other barrel that it's finished in. It's giving it some of these great colors and that sweetness and some of the sugars in there. So I almost get like a little bit of a chocolate and some cherry going on there, a little bit of jamminess going in on there. Not a whole lot of ethanol, but I wouldn't suspect that there would be a whole lot of ethanol on this. Not super proofy. But those legs are actually, I was looking at them, looks like they were going to fit, they were going to start off fairly thin, but they actually thickened up a little bit. So she's got some thick legs on her. That's always a nice thing. Getting just a little bit of corn on there, which is nice. So there's a lot going on there. You're getting some of the rye spice, you're getting some sweetness going on. You're getting a little bit of a chocolate, a little bit of some brown sugar on there, and it's a rye, but it has these different notes that pull you in different directions. Some kind of a jamminess thing going on, a little bit of cherry going on, a little bit of a chocolate going on, a little bit of baking spice going on. Man, I'm really just digging this nose. Boy, please don't fail my palate. I need some joy in my life today. Wow. So this is very good and different in a lot of ways. Wow. So I'm getting a lot of different things going on with this one right up front. The sweet is there. You're definitely getting the sweet from the port on this. But then it kind of transitions to the back on this, and you get that nice rye spice. You get some pepper going on. I kind of like almost got this finish where all of a sudden the chocolate kind of ramped up in the back, but it's just super silky smooth on there. Doesn't burn up your chest. This has kind of got a really neat finish too, because you go through that sweet, and then you kind of go through some of the little bit of the savoriness going on, and then you and the very back it seems like it's going away, and then it just kind of comes back up on the palate a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of that oak now, a little bit of the drawing from the oak, but it's not bitter at all. There's nothing bitter about this one for me. And then it's almost like the rye spice moves from the to the front of the tongue after you had that initial sweet, and then it kind of like comes up to the front of the tongue. You get some of that nice going on. A lot of different layers on this, which I find outstanding. I find that very, very neat. And there's just something really, really satisfying as this kind of hits the back of the palate. It's almost kind of a thick, syrupy type of nature. And so there is a lot more viscosity than I was seeing on the glass that I'm actually kind of getting on the palate. And it just kind of hangs around for a little bit. So this got a nice medium finish to it, but it's got some definitely interesting points on this. I gotta look at this proof point again. I couldn't see it very well earlier. So it's a little just 97, I think. 90, oh, my eyes are bad today with this light. But like 97%, 97 proof. It doesn't burn you up at all. It's just a great sipper. I think this is what I needed today. I needed something new. I needed some different levels. This may not be for everybody. You know, you got rye, you got ported, you got you got something that's sweet. Then you got to kind of go into some of the rye spices, a little bit of the dryness coming through it now. Interesting finish on it. But I think it's perfect for what I needed today. I needed something new. I needed to try something that just says, hey, I'm not your standard fare. This is something that you go to and say, you know, I need something different today. This would definitely be the pour for this. And I could see myself when I run out of this maybe getting more, but I'm not going to go buy a backup right now. But what I would do is when I ran out of this, and however long that would take after that, when I had a craving for it, I would go look for it again. But I'm not going to run to go buy a backup of it right this second. But I could see, you know, and this bottle is probably going to last me a while just because the uniqueness of it. You don't want to go back to it like every single day. But when your palate's screaming for something a little different, this is definitely, I think, your bottle right here. You know, and today, and this will come out tomorrow, but today is actually the 1-year anniversary of starting this channel. It's channel's birthday. And I wasn't really cognizant of that when I made the video that went out, you know, on Tuesday. But I did a short, you know, and I put out something there. If you're interested in a pour from that short, you know, you had to say something in the comments from there. And that was nice. It was a Joseph Magnus cigar blend. But I'm thinking, you know what? Day late, dollar short, but let's do it anyways. On this one right here, this Middle West ported pumpernickel. If you're a subscriber, you like the video, say happy birthday in the comments to the channel. You guys are the ones that got us to this point. You know, I just put some videos out there, but you guys are you're the navigation. You steer this ship. You give me pointers. You give me directions. You give me awesome feedback on things, and I appreciate it. So if you're interested in a pour in this, I'll pull it Sunday with also the other pour from the short that went out last night. But put happy birthday in the comments. Like I said, make sure you meet the criteria. Over 21, continental US, subscribe, liked, comment. I would like somebody else to try some of this too, because it's a unique experience. Not that you can't find it, but just that it offers a lot, and it's got it's got about $100 price tag on it, but it gives you something different. So big fan of this, man. I'm getting some of that cherry I was talking about earlier on the nose, almost like a strawberry cherry jammy note too. A lot of neat stuff on this. But Mike, if you haven't checked out Whiskey Basket, check him out. Wearing this for you, part of the agreement, the said so contractual agreement of my Dolphins losing in the playoffs and turning into fish sticks. I hope, you know, it's Tuesday night. It's Wednesday when this is coming out. A lot of us will be working. Cold weather out there. I hope you're being safe. Most importantly, if your work day's there, I hope your work day goes by fast. I want you to be successful. Your off time with your family, your friends, or for yourself, I hope it goes by slow so you can recharge for the next things that you have to do in life. But most importantly, cheers and God bless. Thank you for everything you do. You all have an amazing day.